This morning I did a new compressor, condenser, dryer, and orifice tube. The condenser was the first thing I did. You just take those three off, pull this cover. There's two bolts down here. Let's see if you can see this one. On either side, that guy right there you pull out, and you can kind of bend that. That kind of latches in on the front. And you pull that up, bend it, kind of wiggle it out of the way on either side. Then you can kind of just tilt the radiator back. There's two bolts holding the brackets on the condenser, and then it just kind of, you can pull it up, just be really careful you don't damage anything. Slide the new one in. It was a little iffy getting in, but it came together. All of this had been evacuated yesterday, so I had no pressure or anything, and no residuals. No oil was left in the condenser. I only had about an ounce in the dryer, which is right there. And there's two bolts there, one on the bottom, two quick disconnects, one here and one straight down here. That was relatively simple. I left that out while I did the compressor down there. That was the hardest thing. I jacked it up and just put it on a jack stand and slid underneath. To get into the compressor, you pull that 10 millimeter off. Let's get the hoses out of the way. There's 3 half-inch bolts that go in, one on the top on the front. I don't know if you can see it. Of course not. But anyway, there's one on the top front of the compressor and then 2 on the bottom. And both of those on my 04 held wire loom holders, and you had to pull them off. And there's a set of hard lines going across the one, and that was a little bit of a bear to get around, but I was able to drop the compressor out. I put a brand new motorcraft with 7 ounces of oil already loaded into it. You got it in there. It's a little easier said than done, but it's there. Put the belt back on, put all the quick disconnects together up here, bolted these on, replaced O-rings. This is a little tough to get to, but I was able to do it with just a wrench and a little socket to kind of hold it on this end from twisting. Down here is the orifice tube. It goes right in here. There's a quick disconnect under that. Just pry it, pulls off, and then you just quick disconnect that off. I was able to just use some needle nose pliers thanks to a suggestion from somebody in the group. It came out. Put a little PAG oil on the new one, on the all new oil rings, on any of the quick disconnects that I had found, or that I had removed. And it only took me about 3-4 hours of actual work, but it was mostly just crawling in and out and running over here to get tools. Had I had a proper setup, would be okay, but now it's all tight and should be ready to get evacuated tomorrow. We're going to vac it out for, I think, about 45 minutes or so, see if she holds a nice vacuum, and then put in our 38 ounces of refrigerant. So yay. If anybody has any actual questions, I can probably detail what I did, but this was the first time for me. Done plenty of other work, but never actually replaced all of the AC components aside from that in my life. So not too shabby.